presentation skills, you got to dress right, you got to do everything. All of that is personal development, okay?
Right.
And you learn, okay? The last thing I would say is that people quit too soon. I know that's a big one, okay? Most people are just moments away from a breakthrough before their genealogy goes red, before they go red in the genealogy. And I say, wow, gosh, that's another one who could have been there if they just hadn't quit. You know, I have a tape by Chris Widener, who's an author, and I tell some of my team members to get this tape or this book, and he talks about how he interviewed some of the most successful people in direct sales, only people who make at minimum of $400,000 per month, okay? And he says they all have something in common. He says most of these people, he said all of them that I interviewed who make over $400,000 per month, I didn't say a year, guys, I said per month. They all had been with their companies for at least 10 years. That's an aha moment, isn't it? And he says one guy in particular I interviewed, he had been with this company for 3 years. He went to all the meetings. He went through all the trainings. In all those that 3-year period, he never recruited a single person, Don. Okay? It sounded like me because my first year in direct sales, that's really what happened to me. He says in all those 3 years, he never recruited a single person, and guess how much money he made those 3 years? 0. But see, he was making deposits into his future for 3 years because the 4th year, he started recruiting people and it exploded. He says the 4th year, he went from 0 to $100,000 a year. Okay? Wow. Now, someone will see him, you know, on that 4th year and say, "Wow, that guy made, $100,000, in a year."
The first 3 years.
He made $100,000. It took him 4 years. 3 years to personally develop into the money, go to the meetings, clap for the other people, do the thing, all right? And then the 4th year, it kicked in for him, okay? And he says, then the 5th year, guys, he went from $100,000 to $500,000, and in the 6th year, he went to $400,000 per month. He has not made anything less than that in the last 5 or 6 years. Wow. Isn't that a powerful story? Wow. See, that's the story of all of us.
Perseverance.
Only if we didn't quit too soon. Only if we didn't. Want to speak to that? That's my last one.
Yeah, I want to say that, back to that. Can you imagine the person who actually recruited that superstar?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Do you want to be the superstar or the person who's overriding the superstar?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right? Leveraging the time and talent of other people. Jay Paul Kenny said, I'd much rather get paid 1% efforts of 100 people, but over here, y'all, we get 100% match.
Yes.
You know, when we did 40 days, 40 nights, and we had 4,000 people in at the end of those 40 days and 40 nights. But I looked at my genealogy, and I personally sponsored 24 people at a time.
Yeah.
And it came down to 10 people who actually moved those 4,000 numbers.
10 people.
10 people.
10 people.
So it's not about quantity, it's about quality. People think it takes 500 people to be diamond.
No.
It takes 3 leaders.
That's it. That's it. That's right.
Right? So again, when you find that first leader, you 1/3 of the way there.
That's right.
And if that should happen to be, I was Seven Hughes' very first person that he brought into the business. Right? And he didn't know in 12 months it was going to be 500 people in his organization through just my one leg. Right? As a matter of fact, so much so that the person who brought him in quit the business the day I joined.
That's right.
Talking about quitting. The day I joined, this young lady, 9 years ago, sat next to me in a training, and she got upset about something.
Yeah.
And she quit the business the day I joined.
That young lady that he's talking about was, I remember her because I used to go to the high network financial district in Buckhead. And I went up there one day, and she was the receptionist,
Smith
Barney.
Wow.
That was 3 years later. And the person that she enrolled made a 6-figure income. The person that person enrolled made a 7-figure income.
Wow.
And along with mine, and I felt so bad for her.
Yes.
She was making $10 an hour as a receptionist, handling my money. That's a sad commentary. That's a sad commentary. That's a true story.
It's again back to the story of recruiting up, right? How many people, if you saw Ann Jones walking through the airport, how many people would stop her? I get it, but most people wouldn't. Why? Fear? Scared, right? And y'all, we're only afraid of things that we don't understand.
Right.
That's why personal development is critical. You know, that you, when you know that 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 you know, right? I know that in October, there's going to be some people with passports that never had a passport traveling with us to another country at a 5-star resort. I know that. You can't debate that. You can't dispute that. I know that 3 times a year we're going to go places that the average person wouldn't ordinarily be able to afford. Right? I know that when people join this team, they're going to be exposed to million-dollar income earners, to millions of dollars worth of information, right? That can change your life, right? So knowledge, y'all reading and studying the industry of travel. You know, I have people test me all the time in other industries saying, well, people don't travel. Y'all had pen relays here this week. It is very difficult to get into Philadelphia Airport this week. Period. So people not, what? Does that mean something wrong with me, or does that mean something wrong with you? But what if somebody tells you people are not traveling, you say, really? And you don't understand that we live in the largest, we're in the largest industry in the world, and people are traveling at a record-breaking pace right now. Record-breaking pace. Now, what you're really saying is the people you know not traveling, which is a bigger problem. I have people telling me all the time, well, nobody I know travels. That's a problem. That means you got to change your circle. If nobody you know is going anywhere, where do you think you're going?
Nowhere. Hang around our broke people, you're going to be the 10th one.
Seriously, y'all, it's after 10 o'clock tonight on a Tuesday night, right? Most of us we could have been watching whatever on TV, we could have been whatever, but we chose to be here. So, y'all, we wanted to give y'all something so you understand. It's change. To make some change, you got to make some change. Really, if you keep doing what you're doing,
something different.
You're going to get the
you're just
same
going to get
result.
older. So it's very important for people to go home tonight and really, do some inventory. Take some inventory of your circle. And listen to the things that your circle is saying. People say things like, I don't know nobody who have no money. Nobody I know have money? That's a problem. Nobody I know have money. Anybody ever heard somebody say that?
I heard that a lot.
What you up to? Nothing. Where you going, man? Nowhere. When I wake up, when God opens my eyes in the morning, seriously, I tell people when I wake up, I get up. Because I'm so enthusiastic about my future, right? And I got places to go because I got people counting on me, waiting on me, right? It's a responsibility, right, that we all must accept. And when I took this, I look at Paycation's payroll right now, and it's growing by at least $40,000 to $50,000 a month residually, right? And I say, wow, I can be responsible for another family, getting an extra, whatever. It's at $258,000 a month right now. We're going to take it to $2 million and $20 million and $200 million and $2 billion and $200 billion, right? It's going to keep going. And that's the responsibility that we're taking. And we're doing this in every major city across the country. And I just want people in Philadelphia, PA, y'all to understand that this is the 6th largest metropolitan city in the United States. The 2nd largest on the East Coast, only 2nd to New York. Right?
You gotta go and get it.
And y'all, we're here to do some business. Thank you, everybody.